Morning, we are in Toulon, in France. It's a bit rough last night, but I mean, we were exhausted. We'd been awake 20 hours or something. We passed out with the gentle rocking of the ship. But yeah, the captain was just saying it was very rough last night. But it's beautiful today. Lovely weather. We have no plans for here. I was going to book an excursion, but I never did. There was one going to 2 villages, but then I was like, well, I've never been to Toulon, so I'll come and explore here first. It looks to be like, I don't know if you can see, like a tourist boat there. I'll go and explore that. But first we're going to go for breakfast. We were lucky on such a small ship to get to dock right in the city centre, and it was just a short walk into Toulon. Monaco Cruises were there as well, and they had shuttle boats bringing them in. I don't think they were tenders. I think they were at port, but on the other side of the bay, not in the city centre because they're a bigger ship. So yeah, it was nice just walking into the city. Here's the absolutely extensive breakfast menu. The in-cabin one is absolutely extensive too. So much choice. This is the fruit salad. Could have had cottage cheese, I'm not sure about that. This is the yogurt. It was crew drills this morning. So as we left our cabin, the evacuated card was in there. And as you get off the ship on Azamara, you can help yourself to a bottle of water. Still plastic, but hopefully they'll move to non-plastic and maybe give you disposable flasks or something soon, like other lines. It was an absolutely beautiful sunny day in Toulon. So we got off the ship and we went to independently explore. And yeah, I didn't go for a short excursion. They were quite expensive and there wasn't one that really took my fancy, and there weren't many on offer, to be fair. They're doing drill today. Our balcony is one of those there, I think. Whilst I was taking pictures of the ship, I heard the toot toot of a train. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a road train, so we're gonna get on it. It goes to this beach and the city centre. I mean, it's very lazy, we will walk back.
Au XVIe siècle, the Royal Tower, built in the 16th century.
Le monument rend protéger la ville.
In the continuation of the port, this fort was built in 1696. Right next to it, you could have seen the St. Hélène Baths, built on stilts on the edge of the shore.
Vous pouvez descendre ici et reprendre le petit train plus tard avec le même ticket.
You can get off here and catch the little train later on with the same ticket.
I spy Azamara Pursuit on our way back from the beaches to the city. This is a fab little tour. I'd definitely do it, and I think kids would really enjoy it, as my big kid did. Loved it.
Situé derrière la cathédrale, il y a
Toulon Grand Naval Base.
son histoire commence au début des explorateurs scientifiques.
Ceux qui ont parcouru l'histoire de l'Antiquité. Sailors and scientific explorers, those who traveled through history from antiquity.
Oh, Toulon was a beautiful city. We had a nice potter around after. These butterflies were cute. And this was cute on the side of a block of flats, like of a boat, showing support for Ukraine, like that. It was just a really nice city, really friendly. I mean, I'm sure the sunshine and everything helped, but we really enjoyed having a little potter around all these little narrow streets. But then there were nice big squares amongst the streets, and the train was always around. So if mobility was like an issue, you can always get back on the train and go back to your ship. Yeah, a lovely day. You can see our ship in port. Azamara Pursuit. All these nice yachts. There's ferries here. There's a huge French aircraft carrier over there. I think it's the Charles de Gaulle. It's home ported here. I might have a look on a ship tracking app soon. I think that's a shuttle ship there. Woo. Where's my finger? Here. Woo. Shuttle boat there. Going to a Morella ship that's just around the corner. Yeah. It's nice. Here we are walking back to Azamara Pursuit. Isn't she beautiful? This was the tour we did earlier. It was really good. With a commentary, 45 minutes, €7.50. Oh, Azamara Pursuit, she's so beautiful. So we had some security in port to go through and then back on the ship. And we followed these gentlemen, I think they were chefs, with bags full of fresh seafood. As it was a hot day, we were offered nice cool drinks as we got back on board. The fruit punch is delicious. No queue to get back on. Oh, you can see the Morella ship over there. Whee! I'll have a look on ship tracker to see which one she is. But they were getting like a shuttle boat in. I don't think they're by tender. I think they are docked. But the city's over here where we are, and we're smaller, so we can get in. Really nice. Fruit punch. We're lazy and got the lift up to deck 9. But we used the stairs a lot on the ship because it was so small. And the lifts were really quiet though when we did use them. We headed up for some lunch at the patio, which is on the pool deck, and it's next to the Windows Cafe. And it's the barbecue sort of area of the ship, and it was delicious. It was nice because you sit down and get served. There's that extra little bit of service for a slightly more expensive cruise. And Dave had 2 kebabs. And here's the Windows Cafe. It was lovely and quiet. Absolutely in love with this ship already. As we had booked the Grand Prix shore excursion, early evening we were invited to a specific Grand Prix guests' cocktail party to give us our tickets and give us information.
Very, very unique
This is our
cruise. First of all, that would be the Grand Prix of Monaco, which actually have already started, right? They're in an FP2 session right now.
Famous race. Bumpy, narrow and relentless, the Monte Carlo circuit is the acid test of a driver's skill and concentration. Teams run their highest downforce levels to maximise grip on the shortest lap of the season. As cars have evolved over the years, the circuit itself has remained virtually unchanged, featuring some of the sport's most recognisable locations, such as the iconic tunnel and the famous hairpin, the slowest and one of the most famous corners on the calendar. Taken at just 50 kilometres an hour, it has often been the scene of gridlock, with the Barry from the lowest grid slot having triumphed after starting 14th in 1996. The same race featured the lowest number of cars running at the flag, just 4. But that was an exception, and grid position is still more important here than anywhere else, with much slower cars able to hold on faster ones simply by hogging the middle of the road. That means qualifying and strategy are key, though it is sometimes possible for brave drivers to force their way through at Turn 1 Santa Voce, the hairpin, Portier and Mirabeau. Just 2 Monegasque drivers have raced in Formula 1, Louis Chimon and Olivier Beretta, who finished 8th in 1994. But Nico Rosberg grew up here, which made his first victory on the streets of the Principality in 2013 even more emotional.
To win at home it's very special.
He has since taken 2 more and goes in search of his 4th in a row in 2016.
We were given our tickets at the party as well. So we were asked to choose our grandstand seats. We were given alcohol gel, earplugs, an official programme. So the short excursion to the Grand Prix, a lot of people have been asking me, messaging me how much it is, and I've been replying to them. I didn't really want to put on here because it was very, very extravagant. I didn't want to put on Instagram, I'll say on here. So the short excursion tickets, I booked them as soon as we were rebooked on the cruise, considering we paid for the cruise back in 2019. The excursion tickets with one of the most popular Tribune grandstand seats were £500 each, which it's a once in a lifetime thing, and we're both big fans, and it was totally worth it. worth every penny. I would do it again. I'd save up and do it again. But yeah, just so you know how much it is, so you can budget for if you're going. But also, if you book a Grand Prix cruise, book the shore excursion as soon as you can afford after, because it will sell out. I can tell you that now. There were people on our ship who had travelled over and were on like 3 back-to-back cruises and had come over from America and were so excited about the Grand Prix, they couldn't go because it sold out. Tickets all gone. All the way from America, and they couldn't go to the race. So, yeah, as soon as you book the cruise, make sure you can afford to book the tickets to an extra £1,000 on your holiday for a couple, because you don't want to go all that way and hear the noise and not be able to see it. We're sailing away. Look at them all on the bridge. Sailing away from Toulon. Our balcony has a huge puddle on it. I think they were cleaning the balconies above earlier. There's a huge ferry over there. The people have been queuing up here for ages, over the last few hour or so. We've just met the captain in a Formula 1 Grand Prix party. Basically, bless him, he's very envious of us all. There's only about 50 of us actually going to sit in a grandstand at the Grand Prix. I'm not sure what the other 350 are doing, but I guess they just wander around on the road. I don't know. But yeah, we've just had our tickets, our seats in the Tribune K, and we are super excited. It makes all the stupid unsociable hours working, and whenever I'm not on a cruise, being work and repeat makes it all worth it. Especially seeing my husband's face and how excited he is. He's just launched the Elizabeth line last week as one of the chief engineers on that, so it will be very, very nice to see him having a nice time. He's joining me on the balcony, so I'll stop talking about how proud I am of him. Oh, I think that's us. Toot, toot. I don't know if these are like happy beep beeps or more like get out of my way beep beep. We're reversing out as our bridge is up there. We're reversing out. The bridge is up there. My husband is waving at random people. So we upgraded to this balcony before we came out. We were supposed to be in an outside cabin with a big picture window, but a few weeks before I was like, nah, I want a balcony, it's going to be warm. And yeah, so we asked our travel agent, Panache Cruises, could they inquire if there were upgrades for balconies? And there were, and it worked out as, I think, it was something like £12 each a day for the cruise. So we were like, to us, that's a no-brainer. Get a balcony. And we have the most lovely little balcony here. Try not to get you in. Because we're so used to balconies, so it's nice. Look at this ferry. They're all standing there. See if we can get them to wave. Oh yeah, they're waving. Aww. I feel very Francis-y. Toot, toot. Toot your horn. Bye-bye, Toulon. Hopefully see you again. The beaches around here. We've driven to them earlier. You can see them. Only one of them's a real true beach. The rest have had sand brought here and mixed with the shingle that used to be there. Beautiful city. If you're visiting soon, enjoy. And I shall have a blog publishing after my Celebrity Beyond Cruise blog series is about to start. So after that, yeah, I'll show you some things you can get up to on a day in Toulon. Following a ferry. No need for zoom when you want to look at it. Those people's heads there are the prom deck. Where is it going to come out? Shape. There we go. You don't need to zoom on a little ship. The whole ship is waving. Au revoir. So this is today's dinner. I haven't decided yet. You decided? And then there's always availables as well. There's loads of always availables. Oh, and today's Taste of France. Oh, I think I'm going to do that. Apart from the snails. I'm not brave enough to try snails. Like I used to. No, thank you. We're going into the living room. I don't know why I'm whispering. Probably too much champagne. Oh, I see people standing. This is like the crow's nest equivalent. Oh, look at those chaiselongs over there. That man's lying down.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Michael here, speaking from the stage this time. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Azamara and the entire onboard team here on the Azamara Pursuit, I wanted to officially say welcome to all of you. Well, the good old Pursuit. We were burning a lot of fuel, heading all the way north before we then, around 2 o'clock when I was on the bridge, we turned towards the eastern France. So it worked out pretty well. There were many other cruise ships in port last night that left an hour later than us. They were actually trapped further south and had severe delays this morning coming into Marseille and Toulon. So we did quite well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the team of Monaco. Well, once I turned the ship, there is always, you saw today we backed out from a quite complex little port. It was a super nice feeling to be a captain, I can tell you that. To go stern in those speeds is always interesting and makes my life worth living here on board the ships. I sometimes get to drive too, not just the officers. But I have a little trick I always keep in mind that goes for some of the, believe me or not, Grand Prix drivers as well. Same trick applies to me, and that would be the socks. Green. Just to ensure we stay in between the buoys. Wow, it's like you would work on the bridge. That's correct, 422. And from how many nations?
22?
29 different nations. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you the big secret though. On board this ship and on any other cruise ship out there afloat, we work much better together than the United Nations. That's 110% sure. Ladies and gentlemen, of course I would love to have them all here tonight, but what and who I will introduce to you is the senior management on board. They are responsible for all your services from A to B, from C to D, until we are back in Barcelona. Yeah, just it looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, the next man in line, a very important person to be able to get my main engines online, to be able to take you all from Barcelona and then back again. This is the chief engineer on board the vessel, Roberto from Croatia. And well, as Ernest, he showed me all kinds of signs back there. Those are bottles on a shelf, man. Don't worry. It's called alcohol. All right. Next in line, we have somebody responsible for this floating hotel, ladies and gentlemen. She is Nafira, and she comes to us from New Zealand. Had to be done. All right. Next in line, we have the second in command in the engine spaces, the man who gets actually dirty down there. Chief, right? Goran. Yeah, he's checking the nails. Our staff chief engineer, ladies and gentlemen, Goran, also from Croatia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we go over on the more interesting side of the business. This man is responsible for the intake of food. Not really, but he is ensuring we have enough of it, and drink too, which is kind of important on a cruise ship. The food and beverage manager, Ivan from the Netherlands. Yep, it's him. Very good.
So in the band, all the way from Mexico, 22 guests from Germany. Yes. Are you the one in Germany? Oh, this is wonderful. This is Ernest's wife, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Lena. Yes, we're the only German in the room. Okay, 24 guests from Canada. Oh yes, beautiful Canada. I love Canada. My family live in Toronto. Okay, 35 guests on board, all the way from down from South Africa. Oh wow! You need to make your way over here. That's where they're all are. Beautiful South Africa. Okay, believe it or not, this is where I come from. I get everybody asking, are you Irish? Are you Scottish? I'm from this country, ladies and gentlemen. We have 110 from the United Kingdom. Yes! Rule Britannia. Is anybody staying on next cruise with us? All three? We've got 3 in the room. Well, we're going to have a nice big party for the Jubilee, just to let you know that. A nice party, believe me. Yes, I come from Newcastle on the east coast of England, ladies and gentlemen, but if everybody else thinks I come from Ireland, but that's where I come from. And last but not least, we have, and I want to have a big scream in the room, 140 guests from the United States of America. Wow, yes. The land of hope and glory, ladies and gentlemen.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Train's gone! 4 trains going to 2 final places. Graceful and espresso are the early leaders, with Nintendo pressing in third. This is turning into a real embarrassment. And here's a surprise. Look at that rusty dog. Everybody, come on, clap your hands and have a good time. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We inside light, it is black as the night, but at the end of the tunnel there's a light. So the place that we behind, still more I will set the coming up. See the light at the end of the tunnel. See the light at the end of the tunnel.
Were you surprised? Well, a few of you were anyway. I'll tell you what, it's real interesting when the ship is rocking like that, because one time I jumped off here, I ended up in the den. So when I was developing this show, sorry, my mic is a little funny there, here we go. When I was developing the show, when I was talking to my friends about it, they said, are you going to do any starlet in there? Are you going to skate? And I said, no. I said, there's no ramps, there's no, tunnels and, big set to skate around. But then I came to the Azamara ships and I had a look around at the stage and I thought, okay, there's something we might be able to do. So back in my early years, I played the young steam train Rusty. And he was just the one that just wanted to be a part of it. He didn't care if he won, he just wanted to be a part of it and go with the big boys. So all through the first act, he's trying to get in the race. And they're all cheating. Caboose is breaking him, Greaseball is crashing him, and they're all just terrible. And the poor kid, just by the end of the first act, Rusty is all alone in the train yard. And he just prays to the Starlight Express. Now, Starlight Express is actually a character in the show. You never see Starlight Express. You just hear him. He's kind of like the God figure. So he's so distraught. And he prays to the Starlight Express just for a little encouragement and a little power just to get him through so that one day maybe he might win the race.